Hello everyone. Today I'm here to give you a beginner's guide to investing in precious metals. So there's a couple of different ways that you can get started in this. A lot of people, they tend to go with silver bars, or possibly they got silver bars of all different sizes. You got 1 ounce bars, you got 5 ounce bars, 10 ounce bars, half kilos, 100 ounce bars. You name it, they got it. Silver is probably the most common way to enter precious metals due to the price. It's a lot cheaper to get into silver than it is to get into gold because, right now at the time of this video, the spot price of silver is about $23 and the spot price of gold is about $2,020. So, as you can see in front of me, I have a lot more silver than I do in gold. I've been working in the silver and gold business now for going on 5 years, and I love it. I think that it's a fantastic way to preserve wealth over time. I think it's a great hedge against inflation. If you look at the historical records of gold over time, from the year 2000, whenever gold was about $300 an ounce, to now, it's incredibly stable compared to other modes of investment, such as stocks. Bonds are very safe as well, but the returns aren't very good if you're looking for investment. So I guess I'm here today to give you a little bit of a breakdown on how a lot of these things work. So the most common ways of purchasing silver are definitely going to be things like this. So these are American Silver Eagles. So here we go. Let's see if we can get in the camera. So these coins right here are some of the most common coins that you can buy for silver and gold investment. So these coins are very common. They typically have a little bit of a higher premium than some other products. So if you're not familiar with the terms with precious metals, the spot price is basically the market price of silver and gold, platinum, palladium, rhodium, any of the precious metals is basically the market price on that given day. So each of these items is going to have a premium over that spot price. So depending on what you're buying, it's going to determine what the premium is going to be. So typically the U.S. coins, so any of the silver eagles, gold eagles, 1 ounce, gold buffaloes, those are all going to have the highest premium in terms of common bullion products. So I consider that to be in the upper echelon of pricing for common silver bullion. Next in the list is going to be the foreign sovereign silver coins. So this here is a tube of Canadian maple leaves. So these are also very, very common, very interesting design. They kind of have the radiant maple leaf on this side, and on this other side they have, oops, they don't flip that way. They have Queen Elizabeth. This was actually the 2022 Canadian maple leaf commemorating the Queen after her death. It shows her reign right here in the corner. I don't know if you can see that. I'm kind of having some lighting troubles here, but you get the gist. So these are kind of in the middle. These are a mid-grade. They're not really, they're all very high grade. It's a mid-priced silver product in terms of the premium. So then on the lowest premium side, you have your silver bars, 1 ounce silver rounds. I don't have any to show you at the moment. 1 ounce silver rounds. These are going to be your cheapest premium products. So there's pros and cons to buying the cheaper products. So a lot of people, they want to come into the shop and they want to basically get the most bang for their buck. They want the most silver they can get for the lowest premium. They want it as close to spot as possible. So typically the best priced products are going to be in larger denominations like kilos, half kilos, 100 ounce bars, things of that sort. They're going to have the lowest premiums, but you're also going to get less for them whenever you go back to sell them. So I don't care what anybody says on YouTube or on the internet and forums. The real world works like this. You buy a generic silver bar. So let's say you pay $1.60 over spot. Whenever you go back to sell this to pretty much any coin shop or gold and silver retailer or wholesaler, whichever way you decide to get rid of this product, you will probably get anywhere between 25 and 75 cents under spot. you will get less for products like this, just in general. So it kind of works the opposite with Silver Eagles. So Silver Eagles, they are going to have a higher premium, but you're also going to get more for them in return if you go back to sell them. So a lot of places, depending on where you're at, the market at the time, it's going to determine what people are going to pay for these coins. So, let's say right now you're paying $5 over spot for Silver Eagles. Whenever you go back to sell them to a wholesaler, retail shop, anyone like that, they'll probably pay you anywhere from $1 to $3 over spot, depending on quantity of Silver Eagles. So, you're going to get more for these in return whenever you go to sell them, but that's not necessarily always a good thing. You have to look at, it's a good thing to get more. It's just not necessarily a good thing whenever you look at the full picture.
What? What?
Right now, in terms of investment, I personally am really a big fan of the foreign sovereign silver coins. So, Canadian Maple Leafs, British Britannias, South African Krugerrands are my personal favorite in terms of silver coins. And yeah, I think that you really can't go wrong with the foreign sovereign stuff. Basically the analogy that I use at the shop is you're paying for peace of mind. So whenever you buy a generic product, it's minted privately by anyone that can mint these products. Like this is Republic Metals. So this is one of my favorite types of bars. I think they're really interesting. They're kind of vintage looking. They kind of go along with the Engelhard vintage bar look. These are really cool. I like these a lot. But kind of forgot what I was talking about. So anyway, let's move on to gold. So whenever you're looking at gold, there's a couple different options. They all work basically the same as silver. But in terms of premiums, whenever you're talking about premiums with any kind of wholesaler or retailer, opposed to silver, where you're going to talk a lot about dollars over spot or under spot, gold kind of works in the realm of percentages. So a lot of people will use percentages to calculate the over and under spot prices that they're going to use for buying and selling. So as an example, here we have a 5-gram Perth Mint gold bar. It's pretty cool, little series here. But these right here will probably run you about $360 right now for 5 grams of gold. So I think these are really pretty, really cool. I really like the size. I think they're a real tradable size for, bartering if the world were to just somehow implode and collapse. But there's also plenty of other sizes too. So this right here is 1/50th of an ounce of gold. This is basically just a novelty. This is not investment. This is not what I would consider to be anything super investment worthy. This is a 1/20th of an ounce of gold. This is a gold panda. Let's see if I can get the camera to zoom in on it. Focus. So this is a 1/20th gold panda from 1998. Very cool design, but this is also kind of a novelty. People that are serious about investing in gold are usually buying by the ounce, if not half or quarter ounce. So the typical gold and silver sizing goes 1/10 ounce, quarter ounce, half ounce, and 1 ounce. So those are basically the standards for gold. So this is whenever we start getting in more into the investment grade sizes for gold. It's all investment grade stuff. It's just this is more common for investments. This is a quarter ounce Mexican Libertad. Very cool coins. These are some of my favorites. I really love these. I only have one, but it's one of my favorites. That's why it's kind of separated from the rest. And then one of the most common gold coins that you can get is the Gold Eagle. So these are very, very popular. But this is a quarter ounce Gold Eagle. So as you can see, kind of has the $20 St. Gaudens motif on the front. And on the back, you have an eagle landing in her nest with all her babies. So, very common coin, very cool coin. This is probably the most bought, sold, and traded gold coin in the United States. And it's very trusted, and a lot of people buy them. So, yeah, it's kind of the beginner's guide on how to invest in precious metals. Some of the products to kind of get you used to seeing them. But I plan on making more videos about this topic because I'm very passionate about it. There's many ways to skin a cat, and there's many ways to buy and sell precious metals. Don't take this as don't take this as gospel or anything, because there's many ways to do this. So buy what you like, but there are pros and cons to each. Like I said, things like this 20th of an ounce and 50th of an ounce gold coin, they're more novelties than anything. Whenever you want to start getting into actually investing in gold, you want to go for quarter ounce and above, in my opinion, because the smaller you go in denomination, the higher the premium becomes. So if you invest in something like 50th ounce Somali elephants, for whatever reason, you're going to pay an astonishing premium over the spot price for these coins compared to 1 ounce gold, which I don't have any examples of at the moment. But yeah, it's kind of how premiums work for gold. But I plan on making a whole series out of this. I'm going to give an individual breakdown of each type. So I'll do a whole video about gold, a whole video about silver, and I'll give you more of an in-depth breakdown of how this stuff works in future videos.